Good morning. Welcome back to the Fake TV channel. So, today, like a lot of days, I just said a prayer while I was turning on the lights. And hopefully, by the time I hit record, I'd have thought of something to talk about on the video. Used to make mostly videos like this back before I started using the notes. But the only general topic I can think of is how many different topics I have in my head that I can't seem to make time to make notes for, to organize into videos to put on fake TV. So the title I kept coming up with was Sucks to Be Me. Because it really does suck to be me. I am inexorably human, okay? And I get all the same bullshit in my head that you do in your head. I'm just, a lot more experienced dealing with it. That being said, every time you pass a test, the next class gets harder. Every time you beat a boss at a video game, the next level gets harder. My tests in life, your tests in life, enable the lessons that you teach. Those of us with harder tests get more lessons to teach, get more opportunities to help people. I like to point out examples in myself of why you guys really shouldn't bitch nearly so much. See, there's things like kittens that, oh, got coffee all over the camera. Oh yeah, live from Sean's bedroom. It's a fucking disaster. Okay, getting the kitten. Nope, not in the breaker box. Kitten, not in the breaker box. No. Kitten has grown considerably and is still cute and just purrs every time you pick her up. And she is very good at timing exactly when you want to go to sleep so that she can attack your feet. Okay. Camera is blurry. I'm going to, it's dripping. How about that? There's coffee on the camera. Are y'all feeling awake? Pause. Does the pause button work? The pause button does not work. Can you see me okay? So, what I was saying is that it's okay if things go wrong in your life. Learn to laugh at yourself. It sucks to be me. So why are you bitching about being you? You want to be me? No, you don't want to be me. The only reason why people bitch about their lives is because they lack imagination. 1 second. Can't pause it. So, gotta get the carpet. Everything else pretty much wipes off. What you gotta understand is, if you imagined heaven, what would it be? What does heaven seem like to you? Is that where nothing wrong ever happens, nothing bad ever happens? Really? You've made it really, really, really easy for anybody to make jokes about Christians by believing such vain, silly nonsense. Okay, wiping off the camera. All right. Y'all had enough coffee? But the fact of the matter is, heaven, in many ways, is exactly what you make of it. And if you make for yourself a heaven in which nothing unpredictable, bad, ever happens, just trying not to show you my horribly disorganized shelves in the corner. I've got everything from invoices to mail that I didn't know what to do with, to computer parts, to motorcycle parts, to there's a catalytic converter up there. Oh, nice box. It's just a box, a Magnaflow box, like papers and stuff in it, stuff on a shelf made out of Kentwood boxes. If you ever need some shelves and you just don't, have money or the space for a real shelf, just want some things that can allow stacking. Water boxes, bottled water boxes, Kentwood, Avito, whatever kind of bottled water you got, big gallons of it. Just take them, turn them on their side like that. Yeah, let me focus on the horrible shelves that I didn't want to show y'all to begin with. Real smart, Todd. Real smart. So, anyways, what do you picture your heaven? Did you just sin? Did you just have like selfish, heinous, ridiculous thoughts about heaven? Well, clearly you're not evolved enough yet as a spirit, and you don't deserve to go to heaven. You should probably be reincarnated. To the whole reincarnated thing. Reincarnation is a very misunderstood process. When I say reincarnation, I don't mean any type of Hindu reincarnation. I mean exactly what it says in the Bible. If you are a good Christian, if you believe in God, if you believe in the life of Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, etc., you are born again. Then you can live forever if you don't digress. See the difference between that kind of reincarnation, that is reincarnation. The only reincarnation there exists. It's kind of like the life cycle, spiritual cycle that is interspecies, go up and down one species. But that's not what humans are supposed to experience. That's usually, I don't want to say an exception, but it's not the intended function. Okay? The intended function is not to wind up in a certain type of animal because you're punished. You can wind up in certain types of animals just because you wanted to fly or swim for a while or whatever. But now, see me, I'm not reincarnated, am I? To be reincarnated, you're given a certain status or whatever, you earn your way into an upper or lower progression. Okay, just generally speaking, no matter which model of reincarnation you're dealing with. But that didn't happen to me. I remember going from being born to a goddess in the underworld to, I remember walking up the lighthouse. I remember walking through the path that most people go through when they're reincarnated. But the fact that I remember it means that I'm different. I didn't wind up in this life. I chose to come here. I literally walked here. I've spoken in other videos about the mirror test. For those of you who are just subscribing, to briefly summarize, I was born on the river Styx. These are my first memories in my early childhood. Born on the river Styx, I found Pan's flute washed up on the shore, halfway buried in mud. And got taught a lot. Wasn't able to bring all my memories from previous lives with me, but I got taught what I needed to be taught about the tactical situation and the realities of, well, the multiple realities of reality. And I went through the tests, which are the mirrors in this lighthouse tower-ish thing. You go up the stairs, there's pictures that are actually mirrors on the wall. Each mirror reflects one of your lives, or a very serious aspect of your lives. They can overlap, they can intertwine, they can come in different arrangements. There's no set way this happens. But basically, they test your memories. They show you yourself, and you're not supposed to recognize it. If you do, well, I personally had the sinking sensation that I was going to get consumed and fucking annihilated. So, best of luck if you know, you think you could do better. But there is one memory that either you're allowed to take or you can get away with. And my one memory was my key to my other memories. My memory was true love, my soulmate. I remembered my soulmate. I remembered that I had a soulmate. I remembered that I've always been with my soulmate. I remember that nothing can come between our love. Nothing. And then finding her in my early childhood became the key to unlocking a shit ton more memories. And to continue recapping previous information covered in previous videos, basically I would have dreams and a 5-minute nap during the day that seemed like, you know, hundreds of years had passed. And I would wake up from naps. I would wake up from sleeping at night a completely different person over the next day. 3 and 4 or 5 years old. Okay. So yeah, I wound up an interesting kid. If you've read the Gnostic Gospels, you could probably imagine. weird shit has happened. It sucks to be me. Okay? It sucks to be me. I I've had more people go from being my friend to looking at me terrified than I care to list. I used to have a bad habit of affecting people's cars in uh, very obvious ways. Like, I mean, there was a time where people would irritate me and get into car accidents. Be quiet, please. I cannot pause the video to yell at my children. Quiet! I'm goofy as hell to the kids. Even when I get mad, I like make fun of myself for how mad I'm like. Nobody's like, try not to laugh at me. Off topic. Positive reinforcement is the most important thing you need to do with your children. Every time you discipline them, you need to do something to remind them that you love them. Don't let anger consume your children. So yeah. Getting back to it sucks to be me. I had a whimsical, magical, dreamlike early childhood. By the time I was about 10 years old. Oh yeah. See, there was great potential for both good and evil in me. I always knew this. I always knew that there was a massive amount of evil trying to take me over, trying to make me work for it. I never considered that it would win. I never gave it that much wiggle room in my mind. But there were times when not acknowledging the battle was taking place gave room for anger to take control of how I use my abilities. And getting back to, for instance, there were car wrecks. Like, okay, my ex-wife, she had at the time kind of gotten in between me and a girl I was dating. And by got in between, I mean kept her up all night snorting coke when they found out she might be pregnant with my child. So she had a miscarriage. Yeah, and I happened to, after I thought I had gotten over this whole thing, kind of going through one of them phases where I didn't feel like cleaning my fucking bedroom much. And I had a box of photos that kind of spilled in one little corner, facing up, where I just happened to be walking back and forth, through the house or whatever else I was doing. Be seeing this one photograph of my ex-wife. About 2 weeks, I left that photograph on the ground. Found out the day after I picked them up, in that 2 week time, she had totaled 3 cars. Her car, a rental, and a replacement. I didn't even make a conscious decision for something bad to happen to her. I just knew that she deserved something bad to happen to her. But that's coincidence. It's mere child's play. Well, rewind about 5 years earlier when we had just broken up. I'm out at this place called Lakeside Theater. It's a suburb of New Orleans. People call it Metairie, Jefferson Parish. I was dating this little girl named Jenny. I wasn't, too attached to her or anything. I had, basic sense of masculine honor and dignity and pride. Well, long story short, there was this guy in a new Mustang. It was like 1996, right when the fucking new Mustang come out. Okay. This guy pulled up all showing off his new Mustang. And me and a few friends of mine had decided that this guy should be called Pitbull looking motherfucker. Because he looked like a fucking pitbull. Like just a one of those guys, Just nothing but shit comes out of his face. Just one of those guys. Well, 10, 15 minutes after putting Pitbull looking motherfucker out of my mind and continuing to get drunk, and I knew how, a few people, about 8 people, come up to me. I'm sitting up on the steps to the theater. Got a good overlooking view, Veterans Highway. Come up to me and say, Jenny, then got in the car with Pitbull looking motherfucker and drove off. Well, I went like this. And Pitbull looking motherfucker went like this. And Mustang went like this. Into the fucking ditch. And about 15 people saw that. Knew why, knew what. And Pitbull looking motherfucker knew it was me that made him turn his fucking wheel. Okay? Pitbull looking motherfucker came in a Chevy Tahoe the following Friday to the Coffee Bean. And I've briefly referred to this incident before. Navy blue Chevy Tahoe. I'm sitting outside the Coffee Bean, facing the entrance. I'm on the left side. Facing out of the entrance, I'm on the right side. At a metal table, black metal chair. No one was sitting next to me. Drinking coffee. Smoking a cigarette, maybe. And Pitbull looking motherfucker. And 2 of his Goombas. All 3 of these guys are bigger than me. A Pitbull looking motherfucker was, my height, but I was skinny. I'm still pretty skinny. Well, he got out. Hey man, I knew that was you. What are you fucking using some kind of black magic on me? Fucking voodoo shit. This is all I did. have to mime coffee. I have coffee. I just looked at him and smiled. Let me pause for a second. And I just blasted with the fucking spirit energy. Suddenly his eyes lit up. All I did was go from smiling and looking away, looking right at him. He pulled his boys back into his truck, screaming, "What the fuck are you?" Because I went into his mind, and I dug up every memory of everything he's ever been afraid of. And I showed them to him all at once. Only human. I've never seen a Tahoe do a burnout before. He did 3. 1 in reverse, back out of the parking spot. 1 in drive. And then 1 as he turned the fuck out of the coffee. So, while it sucks to be me, and I'm not trying to brag here. I'm literally just listing the bizarre shit that qualifies me as me and makes it hard for me to deny what most people would think that, Doug, you're committing blasphemy, you shouldn't be a thing, you're double blah blah blah. I don't have a choice. I got a responsibility. See, this is that time in my life. I was 15, 16 years old. And I had gone from considering myself an exorcist to not knowing what the hell to make of myself, because no one should be able to do what I could do. And I purposely put that ability, put that entire existence to rest, put it to sleep. I did so by a keyboard, an electronic drum set, bass guitar, and a regular guitar. One after the other, playing Pink Floyd The Wall, front to back, memorizing every fucking note. For about a month. I let sadness consume me for a while. Eventually, rage started to take over. By the time I had dropped out of high school, got a job, saved some money up, and went back the next year because I wanted to graduate. A GED was not going to be good enough for me. By the time I had been through all that, I had enough reason to be angry at the world, where I'm really glad that I had stopped partaking in the arts. To me, it was never about magic. It was like people referred to a natural witch. Oh, they're a natural witch. Well, I was a natural whatever I was, because all I had to do was pray and have faith, and shit happened. It was never incantation. It was never magic per se. But these things really happen. This is what I have to live with. And this is the kind of shit that tries my patience when people come to me presuming, well, everything. They don't even have any actual knowledge. All they have is their presumption. I don't know how to respond because I'm not sure how cruel it would be for me to even give somebody a second thought. Right now, though, things are a bit different. Judgment has already been dished out in a lot of ways. Fate's already been decided. I don't need to actively make a decision. The decision's already been made. And what's going to happen if people don't seriously start having a revival and figuring out what the new covenant was supposed to be about? A lot of bad shit's going to happen. It's on its way. There's very little that can stop it. Certainly the complacency and lack of spreading the word isn't going to help. I will set his armies against my people. Well, America, y'all are my people. Guess what? Cold War never ended in this new reality that you find yourself in. You're not in Kansas anymore. So let's all get with the heel clicking, please. Like and subscribe. I'm going to see if I can try to stop this video with the power button now. Like, subscribe. Start praying. Start sharing. If you don't know what to do, pray. God will tell you what to do. I don't know what I just talked about. I prayed before I made the video. So whatever the hell just came out is what just came out. Fair enough. Peace. I hope.